Obviously, if you're a very wealthy person in many societies, you can convert that into significant advantages for your children relative to other children in the education sphere and so on and so forth. And you can also convert it into advantage in the political sphere through lobbying efforts, through belonging to groups to which, even if you're not active politically, politicians will naturally cater.
Yeah, I understand. Even in the relatively narrowly defined area of inequality of wealth, that's one dimension as we were discussing, there appears now to be genuine strains on the social stability in countries through chronic inequality. The World Economic Forum, before their meeting in Davos in Switzerland in late January, commissioned a report which identified as the #1 threat to stability worldwide, that inequality in developed countries and developing has become so chronic that people are really angry about it.
Yeah, and I think that there can be good reasons for that. That is that if you think about when you're a member of society, a lot is required of you. There's a system of laws and rules which are coercively imposed by all, on all.
On all, yeah.
And if it can't credibly be told to each member of society that there are advantages to them
in being constrained
in this way, this does create what the philosopher John Rawls called strains of commitment. They can no longer really see themselves as part of a cooperative adventure, cooperative venture and adventure for mutual advantage, but rather they see themselves as part of a system which is systematically constraining the opportunities of some in ways that advantage others.
And how would that unhappiness, if you like, manifest itself? In greater breaching of those breaking laws, if people feel that they're being constrained and not getting their side of the benefits out of that?
I think you could see it in a lot of different spaces. So there were, if you look recently, even under what is often thought to be a relatively progressive government in Brazil, a country which has tremendous income inequality, you saw rioting in the streets. You saw huge amounts of protests, and there the protests were about a range of things. But some of them were about the price of public resources, and started out as a strike against bus fare increases.
I remember that,
and that's one expression of this. You could see other expressions of it in other ways. The Occupy Wall Street movement in the U.S., which spread beyond Wall Street to many other places, was
even
again
the Martin Place in Sydney.
Exactly, was again a strong expression of that there was some systematic unfairness in the society that couldn't simply be addressed through, well, call it ordinary political channels, a sense of deep dissatisfaction.